Are you interested in what these letters stand for? Should you be? You may not know it, but these letters directly affect you, because they directly affect your country. PYDP stands for the Philippine Youth Development Plan. As future leaders, captains of industry, heads of institutions, and bearers of our country's promise, this plan involves the youth. But whether or not you are part of the youth, as a Filipino, this plan involves you. Why? Our country cannot succeed as well as we hope without the youth's participation and contribution. And unless we give the youth all the help and guidance they need, they cannot effectively become the citizens we hope they would be. Empowering our youth is a key factor in nation building. This fact makes youth development everybody's concern. In a sense, these letters define the future we want to see. Then it goes back to now and lays down priorities, pathways, and effective avenues showing how we're going to get there. The National Youth Commission is mandated under RA 8044, or Youth in Nation Building Act, to develop a 5-year development plan anchored on the Philippine Development Plan 2011 to 2016. What is the state of our youth? The 2010 National Youth Assessment Study, which surveyed 5,800 Filipino youths, reveals that our youth retains some of our most treasured Filipino traits. Over 90% are proud to be Filipinos. More than 80% want to give financial help to their families. More than 70% felt that the OFW phenomenon is not healthy for family stability, despite its economic advantage. More than 85% make it a point to save money, time, and other resources. But there are also worrisome trends. Up to 48% of core youth dropped out of school due to financial hardship. Majority desire to work abroad because of higher pay. Employability, underemployment, and unemployment continue to hound the youth, as almost half think that their education is not relevant to their training. Almost half of all youth think that risky behavior or an early sexual encounter is acceptable, leading to a high incidence of sexual encounters among younger age groups. How does the PYDP work? What's in it? It contains a guiding framework for a unified action among youth and youth-serving groups, agencies, and institutions in the pursuit of youth development and empowerment goals, predicated on a common appreciation and understanding of youth issues and concerns, in recognition of one's roles and responsibilities to carry out meaningful interventions for the youth. How was it developed? The PYDP 2012 to 2016 is a product of an inclusive consultation process at national and sub-national levels, strongly anchored on a rights-based approach to policy making. NYC-led national and regional consultations were participated by around 1,000 youth stakeholders and duty bearers. The youth identified and analyzed the strategic and daily issues confronting them, their concerns, their expected roles as parents, their civic responsibilities, and their aspirations to fulfill their potential. National government agencies, local government units, and other duty bearers also share their major policies and programs for the youth. What does it hope to achieve? There are 3 objectives. First, improve enabling conditions for youth participation in governance, society, and development. Second, increased contribution of and benefit for the youth in the attainment of the Millennium Development Goals and other goals. Third, improved access to quality basic services and social protection through enabling policies. How do we plan to achieve them? Our principles and strategies are to promote values, culture, collaboration, rights-based and gender-responsive approaches to planning and policy, to engage and build capacities of duty bearers, civil society, business sectors, and other partners through strategic convergence, to localize the plan and promote broad-based participation, to maximize international cooperation for the youth, and to mobilize public and other resources to implement the plan. What needs to be done? The PYDP is calling on both local and national government units to adopt sustainable programs for the youth and to provide avenues for them to become more proactive and inspired in fulfilling their duties as responsible citizens of the country. It also provides the youth opportunities to acquire adequate skills and opportunities for their personal and social growth. What should we expect in 2016? Our hope is that by the end of 2016, the youth have been transformed and become accountable stakeholders of transparent and participatory governance, productive members of their respective families and households, gainfully and decently employed, key partners in peace building and rule of law, proactive advocates and agents of environmental sustainability and climate change adaptation and mitigation. Times are changing. The Philippine economy is moving forward. The Filipino consciousness is evolving. Indeed, it's an exciting time to be a Filipino. With these transformations happening, let us healthily view youth development and youth participation not as an expense, but as a necessary and urgent investment for our country's future. As we continue to propel our nation forward, the youth should not be left behind. On the contrary, the Filipino youth should lead the way. Ultimately, PYDP is an open invitation to get involved because youth development is everybody's concern.